right. So we put up this sweet girl for a name, and I believe one of the suggestions was Grace.
Grace was.
Uh,
Hi, Grace. Hi.
so a little update about how she's fitting in
Yeah.
seamlessly.
Yes.
She's doing so well, and typically when an animal gets uprooted and then, kind of drops, sometimes there's a little bit of that, like, oh my gosh, where am I? What's happening? Not with her. So she followed us around like a dog at my feet. She's so pleasant. And I don't know if our goats are really bright. I think they might be a little slow. She looks a lot like Heidi, and I think that's why she's not being bullied or like kind of put through the little, test of hierarchy. Because I think when they look at her, they think it's Heidi. And so they're just ignoring her like she's always been here, which is never, ever the case.
Yeah.
So she is very unique. So a few things about her that I did notice is her coat's a little rough, which typically comes from a mineral deficiency. So I'm thinking she's most likely deficient in copper.
Right. And she did come from the meat market, right?
He bought her.
Yeah.
And she was going to go for meat, but I just think she needs that copper there. And then her coat will be nice and smooth like everyone else's.
Right.
So we did deworm her, and so her gut went way down. So that's always good.
Yep.
But she's doing so well. She's so sweet. She's one of our sweetest ones here. And she gets along with everyone. The only one, of course, that she doesn't is Millie Bobby Brown, who hates the world, so it's not a surprise. But isn't she so pretty?
You got to get down a little bit. It's hard to get you both.
I know.
I think she's done with you.
They're done with me.
Yeah.
She was with us, for the last hour, I guess.
Yeah.
Just kind of chilling with us, so now she's like bored of me. But I'm very excited about her because she came at the most perfect time, which is breeding season. So, with that, I can't wait to see her baby.
Yeah, with that coat pattern?
They will have blue eyes, 50-50 chance that they'll have blue eyes, or I think it's like 75%. So basically we'll have blue-eyed babies, Kashmir Nigerian babies. And I'm hoping that the tricolor kind of moves on to the other ones because, color is always really nice. It helps them find really good families, and they're just so adorable. But I also think she's going to be really good in milk,
right?
Which is great, where Heidi and Hannah are not a fan.
Yes.
Heidi and Hannah are going to be retired after this year as well from having babies. So Heidi gets way too fat on air, like me. And so it causes some issues later on because then she's carrying this heaviness and then babies. And it's just a lot.
Right.
So I noticed last year, actually, that when she was quite heavy, that her breathing was a little bit more labored at times when it shouldn't be. No one was in trouble. It's just she's like, I'm just really fat. So we're done with that. And then the same with Hannah. Hannah is a great, great mom. But she's had triplets too many times. And that causes a stretch in the tendons there. So actually what happened is she's carrying her stomach quite low, and so it's never going to bounce back like pre-baby, and we just want to make sure that we're just going to stop it after this year, basically, and she's just going to test my patience and everything, but our new replacement Nigerian is going to be Grace, and I think she is spectacular. Her temperament should pass on to her babies, and if not, Almond's temperament will, which is the best because it's Kashmir. So she's fitting in wonderfully. And if I could say anything, sometimes animals that go to market or are being sold really cheap because she was not a premium price when he bought her is, don't always assume that there's something wrong with them. Maybe think, about the society that's happening. Right now, things are expensive.
Right.
Right? It's just expensive. And we've had a few years where hay has been difficult. And sometimes it's just like, you know what? These goats are getting out every other day and wrecking things. They eat my apple, like, whatever. They gotta go. And so that could have been her. Because she's fantastic.
Right.
And when I seen her, I was like, oh God, I can't leave her on the truck. I had to have her. And, you know, so sometimes you can get a really good deal that way.
Right.
So don't always look at the price and be like, that's too cheap, so therefore something's wrong with that animal. Not always the case. Case in point is Grace. So
Yeah.
we're very excited for her to be here. I'm excited for about 5 months to see if she does have a baby. And I can't wait to hold those.
I know.
And we're
See
gonna
what their
have-
coats are going to be like.
Yes, we're going to have a lot of house babies.
I disagree.
This year.
They're all outside.
We're going to have a lot of house babies, a lot of bottle babies, because we're going to do events kind of like what we did with Cotton and whatnot, just to kind of, you know, support the farm a little bit. So there will be lots of opportunities to hold Grace's babies.
Awesome.
So make sure you check in periodically, follow up on Grace's journey here as well as everyone else, how they're doing on the farm. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because keep in mind, if we get a bump in subscriptions, Dean will touch barehanded, barefoot that electric fence.
I
Don't know what I'm talking about? Check the link that is going to be posted below. Give it a thumbs up, because we want Dean to touch that.
Hey, that's 1,000 likes, and if you guys can do it, I will. But those numbers are still low. But anyway, we'll see. Let's see if we get a bump. But thanks for joining us today. Bye.